So the question is being here and now. Okay. When you are here and now, your attention is, your mind is in the body. Body is here. And the mind is also in the body, packaged in the body. Mind is here and now. Right? So Ramana Maharshi said, ask a question, who am I? I would say, before you ask a question, who am I? Ask a question, where am I? To ask who am I, first I have to find out where am I? But the mind will be wandering all over the world, right? And mind is wandering all over time and space. The time travel is very easy for the mind. It goes back in time, it goes forward in time, it goes. So where is my son? Son is in America. Immediately mind has gone to America. Okay. How can you meditate when you're in America? You have to meditate here. Okay. Or 10 years back, what happened? So the mind has gone to 10 years back. Mind is wandering in time and space. Okay. The first and foremost principle of meditation is bring the mind to here and now. It is like, mind is like a bird. A bird is sitting on a ship, and the ship is floating in the ocean. There's a lot of turmoil in the ocean. So the bird wants to find a safe place. It flies northwards to see a green land, green tree, not there. It comes back to the ship. It flies southwards. Again, no. East and west, no. Finally, bird is tired. It sits on the ship. Ship gradually goes to the shore, and then you see green land, green there. So the place of the bird is the ship, not flying here and there. The bird is the mind. Ship is our body. The ocean is the life, samsara, turbulence. Okay. So we are running here from turbulence, trying to find a safe place. It is not there. The safe place is here and now in the mind, in the body. So very important to remember the word here and now. Here means in space. Okay. Now means in time. Mind is always related to time. Body is always related to space. Mind and body has to be together for any spiritual journey. Right? When the mind is going to some place, okay, mind goes to, let us say, America, because my son is there, and I'm sitting here meditating. What meditation you are doing? So mind is in the past and body is in the present. Then what is the meditation you are doing? The past is a ghost. Can ghost do a meditation? For meditation, you have to be alive, fully alive. The mind and body should be in one place. The mind and body should be integrated. That integration means yoga. That's the meaning of yoga. Body and mind and spirit. So everything has to come back to the mind, has to come back to the body. Otherwise, meditation is not possible. People say, I can't meditate, because they are doing travel without ticket. Okay, ticketless travel all over the world in the time and space. Time travel, scientists have not found a solution, but we do time travel left, right, and center. Okay, first and foremost principle of meditation is come to here and now. Ramana Maharshi said, ask a question, who am I? You cannot ask a question, who am I? Because if you are floating somewhere, you have to find out, where am I? Come back to body. Okay. How do you come back to the body? Become aware of the body, sensations, where you are sitting, okay, the way you are moving, the awareness has to come to the body. Okay. Then what will happen? See, the mind, the nature of the mind can take attention to give attention to one. Either it can give attention to thoughts, which are time and space, or it can give attention to body, but it cannot give attention to both. So when the mind gives attention to the body, body and mind are integrated. Now, what happened to the world? Please tell me, what happened to the world? Where is the world now? There's nothing called world outside, because world is nothing but your sensation of the body. Ultimately, world you are experiencing as the body. Right? World is nothing but your experience in the body as a sensation, touch, sound, smell, and taste. So the world is represented the body in the form of touch, sound, and smell and taste, sensations. So now, still you think there is a world outside. Again, the imagination of the mind. Your attention should be completely confined to the body. Now and here. Next question. From now and here is called immanence. The presence of the God in the manifest reality. Immanence. So if you are able to stay now and here in I amness, that's called Saguna Brahma Upasana. Your staying as I am. Instead of saying I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, you're just staying as I am. No qualification for I am. So now body is the mind appearance in the present moment. Mind has past, present, and future. Mind, past, present, and future. Mind keeps on shifting into the past and future. Thoughts. The present moment of the mind is called body. Mind has appeared in the present moment, body, because you can see if anything happens, immediately body will react. Okay. Whereas mind is never in the present moment. Mind has created the body to experience life, but it will be always in the past or future. It's always asking the question, what next? Now is forgotten. So when mind comes to the body, we are in the present moment. So in the present moment, the awareness of the body is the awareness of present moment. But Atma is the presence. Okay. Not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. Understand? So now, how do you make the body not body? How do you get out of the body? You don't have to get out of the body. In the body sensation, body energy, there are always gaps. Simple energy moment in the body is heartbeat. In the heartbeat, there's a beat, gap, beat, gap. So when you pay attention to the heartbeat, what happens in the gap? When the beat is there, the mind takes the form of the beat, or consciousness takes the form of the beat, and then gap, consciousness cannot take any form. When consciousness cannot take any form, what is there? Formless is there, awareness is there. And formless awareness is you. You don't have to say, you don't have to repeat I am. So understand that there's a gaps in mind experience of the body. In that gap, only pure awareness is there. That's I am. That's actually, this is what is called direct experience of the self. You don't need to do anything else. In your heartbeat, you can find. That's why people say, meditate on the heart. Meditate on the heart doesn't mean that we visualize something in the heart. Meditate on the heart means in the heart beat, there are gaps. In that gap, there's awareness. Similarly, meditate on the Atma chakra. Why? Because heart is the place where the mind rests in deep sleep. Mind goes to the heart center. Whereas the mind operates from the eye center in the waking state. So this is one Adna chakra, or Sahasrara is a place for resting of the mind in the waking state. So these are the places where, and in that, if you look at that place, there gaps are there in sensation. It's not, sensation is not continuous. In that gap, the mind is absent, or consciousness has become formless consciousness. Okay. Now, how do I stay in that formless consciousness? You don't have to. You don't have to. As you give attention to the form of sensation, your attention becomes sharper and sharper. From gross, it will become subtle and subtle. In that subtleness, the gap seems to be increasing. So let us give attention to the breath. Breath is a moment of energy. Breath is, in breath is there, gap is there, out breath is there, gap is there. So if you start giving attention to the gap will start increasing. You give attention to both in breath and out breath, and then a gap. Be aware of the gap. Gradually, what happens? Breath will become subtler and subtler and subtler. The breath attention will become, that gap will become larger and larger. Suddenly, you feel breath is stopping. So that happens to the rest of sensations of body also. Sensations from gross to subtle, they gradually become subtler and less subtler and finer and finer. And you can start experiencing more and more gap. So now the gap is from now here to nowhere. In the gap, no time, no space, nowhere. So you can't go to nowhere. You cannot go to nowhere. Okay, nowhere is everywhere. You have to stay in that awareness of the immanent. Then the gate of nowhere opens. So simply, the stages of meditation, from somewhere, mind wandering somewhere, come to now and here. Now and here is the gate for the self, higher self. Become aware of the mind, become aware of the body. This can be done anytime, anywhere, any activity. It need not be eyes closed. Become aware of your body wherever you are. Again, suddenly mind is in the present moment. So from the present moment, you have to go to presence. You can't go to presence because presence is not a place and time. It's nowhere. In the present moment where is there, there are gaps. Between sound, there is silence. Between heartbeat, there's a gap. Between breath to breath, there's a gap. So be aware of the gaps. The presence in your life starts growing. Actually, in meditation, what we are trying to do all the time is to go to some state. I want to go to some state. You can't because there's no state to go. It's nowhere. Yeah.
Is this only to frustrate such an effort?
Which is this to frustrate such an effort?
Meditation. Is only to frustrate such an
effort.
No.
No, right meditation very simply. See, the problem is people understand, people objective is self. In meditation, they want to get self as a turiya or some state. They are trying to objectify it. That's objectification is wrong understanding of people, not meditation itself. Meditation is simply be here and now. And gates of nowhere will open. Where you are. Where is the gates of nowhere? Everywhere. But in meditation, I want to go somewhere. I want to attain something. How is it possible?
I want to go somewhere, but I'm held somewhere.
Where is that you are held? So that's where Ramana Maharshi's question comes. Who are you? So first is, where am I? Next question comes, who are you? Who is I? I'm held somewhere. Who is I? Who is held?
To think about it again, intellect has to come in. But the intellect is locked up there.
No, it is not lakra. Why isn't it like lakra? When you say I, what do you mean by I?
Take that as it like how we can the thing what I looked at is that in the here and now, in the body, are trying to observe the sensations in the body and the stop between the body. I have to observe not the sensations but the stop.
No, you observe both. See, the Atma, please understand, Atma Jnana, oh, yes, the self, people think that self is something to be found. We have to apply the principle of Anvaya and Vyatireka. Vedanta says self is the one which is present, is there in the presence and absence. Anvaya and Vyatireka. Okay, what is Anvaya and Vyatireka?
Initial state only.
Huh?
That is what in the initial state. From the moment the mind has come to recognize a heartbeat, let's say, these are already known. That there is a beat, there's a stop, there's a beat, there's a stop. Now there is a this from here, there is a blocking the awareness in the sense that okay,
No,
fine,
there's no,
there.
there's no blocking. See, the blocking is when you are trying to objectify the self and find some self. What is there in Anvaya and Vyatireka is the self. What is there in the presence and absence. Presence of heartbeat and absence of heartbeat. That is the self. So you are not finding the self in the gap. You are not finding the self in the heartbeat. So you are the self which is there in the presence of the heartbeat and absence of the heartbeat.
Sense and options of the heartbeat.
We know here is the problem. Okay. Who is that we? I don't know. I don't understand who is that we. Who is that I? Who is that I? So if I is your biodata of 30, 40 years, okay, right? So then you are not in here and now. Right.
That's why nothing is there. So we come in there and then there's a gap. That's a block.
There's no block.
I can't do that. I can't go beyond that. And up on that. That's it. I'm sit there.
No, here that's a here I have to tell this is where the Vedantic approach comes into picture. Okay. See here, I'm trying to go somewhere. I'm not going to try to go somewhere. Okay. Here, when you observe the presence and absence, which is changing, you have to remember, hold on to thought that I am the changeless I, which has no past, no future. I am the changeless I is the thought which you have to hold on. Okay, Sakshi. So the Sakshi thought will nullify all your biodata of earlier 40 years. I'm so and so. Because now when you're saying, I have to go somewhere, you're still bringing your biodata. So your biodata that I am a Sakshi is not gone deep inside the consciousness. What is I am not getting something? Who is that I? Your identity, which is strongly solidified identity in the subconscious. Right? So that identity, solidified identity is the identity is what you are trying to dissolve. So how you are taking the presence and absence? Anvaya, Vyatireka, you are observing. Right? So one who is there equal in presence and absence is real you. Okay. It's not an identity. It's nobody. Is that I am that nobody? Is that thought is there in your conscious? I cannot hold the Atma because I am the Atma. I cannot become the Atma because I am the Atma. I have to reject what I am not. I'm the body, mind, intellect. I have to get something. I have to get somewhere. I have to achieve something. That you have to reject. The Atma Jnana is not about getting something. It's getting rid of something. Getting rid of strongly held notion that ego, the self, right, wants to achieve something.
Not that being or not being, or the knower. That which is having all this is I, is the Atma.
You're trying to find somebody where there's nobody. You have to go somewhere. There's nowhere to go. You want to become somebody, something. You can't become anything. You are already reached your destination. Recognize the destination. You are already there. Wait. So, please understand, enlightenment or liberation is not an event in time. It will happen one day. If you are able to accept here and now,
Now is it?
knowledge is knowledge.
What is the knowledge? What's the knowledge of the time that comes?
It's a pointer to your presence now. Okay, that's also right now. That presence is there, right? You want a solidified presence. Where will you get it? Solidified presence is sitting in front of you, your body. So that is not you. Huh?
Going to ask this meditation you explained about the content that maybe but today it was specifically a little new way of attending on that. So how is this meditation different from sit and then observe the thoughts, then hold on to one thought?
Same.
I observe one.
Same.
But everything is a
Same thing.
Same
thing. It's like I am the observer, and I cannot.
one thought.
Ultimately, what it means, I am the sakshi. It's
Here you are telling us Sakshi body and
see, I am giving a simpler method.
As well as something needs, then I'm one with the observer. I'm just being an observer, I'm observing. What is it? Observing itself is wrong. You cannot observe. That's what it is. Sakshi, because you are only there.
So excellent one. Right. So you want to hold on to grasp something, right? There is nothing possible to grasp. The subject to you, object is you. See, what happens with the awareness? It's like this. As awareness takes the form of sensation. Okay, it is like water only takes the form of wave, and water only takes the form of waveless. So there is no separate independent observation possible. You are the observer, you are the observed. Okay. Now, what you can give up a notion, please understand, if there is something independent of you to observe, you can observe. There's nothing. What are you trying to get? Then what are you trying to get? You are trying to get rid of I am somebody. Okay? So your identity is a problem. That's why you have to remember I am Sakshi, I am Brahman. The moment you say I am Brahman, there's no subject object at all. Gone. So don't be under the impression subject object gone means subject object disappears. Subject object gone means wave, water only appears as wave and foam. So now water, I want to observe wave, it can't. How can water observe wave?
You come to the body, observe the sensation, but keep time and leave. I'm not the body. I'm not the body.
So no. So it says here you have to understand. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. That's correct only. Why? I'll tell you why. When you have fallen into water, okay, swimming you have to do in water only. You have fallen into the body, using the body only you have to get out. I am the body, I didn't have that. Using the body only you have to come out. That's why you have to come to here and now. Steps. Right. So
Steps only.
Steps only. Now, if you say, I want to observe thought, you cannot. The awareness itself has appeared as thoughts. Now, if I am observing thought, then you are creating a split between the thought and you, which is okay, because initially you are getting what I'm saying. You're getting trapped by thought waves. So I am observing thought. That's a thought, no problem. So that thought helps you to get rid of unwanted thoughts. Okay. Then finally get rid of that thought also, that I'm not an observer, because observer and observer is one only. Then only non-duality, no? Then only dissolve agate. Is it clear, Shravan? So all our problem in spiritual life is we want to get somewhere. Okay. You have nowhere to go. You want to achieve something. You have nothing to achieve. Okay. All right. It's not possible. You have to recognize the reality of non-duality where you are. It's already there. Right in front of you, right with you. But where are you? Question. In fact, more fundamental question, who are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you is first question. Then who are you? So anybody else has a question? Okay, stop it. What is it?